Hey guys, how's it going? Today, in this video, we're going to be reviewing the Akko Cream Blue V3 keyboard switches. So, let's get started. Alright, let's first go over the specs of this switch. And the easiest way to do that is just go into the product page on Akko's website. So we can see it is a tactile switch. So what that means is that they provide a noticeable bump in the middle of the key press. And this gives you a physical feedback when the key is actually pressed. So an operating force, which is 38 grams with plus or minus 5 grams. So what that means is it has a 35 grams of tolerance with plus or minus 5 grams. So this is a relatively light force. So it should be an easy button press. The total travel is 3.5 with 3 millimeters of variation. So that means the total travel distance is 3.5 millimeters until the button's actually clicked, with a slight variation of 0.03 millimeters between keys. So the next is the pre-travel. That is the pre-travel distance, which is the distance before the start actuates and registers a key press, which is 2 millimeters. And then a tolerance of 0.3 millimeters. So the tactile position, this is referring to the tactile bump indicating the actuation point. So the tactile position is at 0.5 millimeters into the key press with a tolerance of 0.3 millimeters. And then the tactile force, last but not least, is the force needed to overcome a tactile bump, which is 53 grams, with a variation of plus or minus 5 grams. So that means you have to push down 53 grams in order to get over that first tactile bump and actually press the key. Alright, so let's get into my opinion now, after we just gave you all those facts about it. So here it is in my current keyboard. I'm currently using them and have been using them for the last year and a half, and they sound great. The button press on them is amazing. I don't think I'd ever want something lighter or heavier. I think this is a great middle ground to where it's not too hard, but it's not too easy. And yeah, so I just put these Cream Blue Akko's V3s in a cheap $35 mechanical keyboard and then switched the keycaps out. And I think it sounds better than my $200 all metal Duragod Hades. So we can listen to that. These have Gateron yellows in them. And then we can go to the Akko's. A really clean sound, a really satisfying sound. And one thing I like about them too is they're not that expensive. They're like $10 for a 45 pack, which is pretty cheap for key switches. So they're a great option for anyone beginning or wanting to get into keyboard building. So yeah, I would recommend these V3 Akko Cream Blue switches to anyone getting into building keyboards for the first time or wanting to build a cheaper budget keyboard for a friend or maybe as a gift for someone. These switches sound awesome and are relatively cheap, go in easy, and I really have no complaints. So that's it for this video. Just a quick review of the Akko V3 Cream Blue switches. Again, I would recommend them to anyone just getting into keyboard building and want a budget-friendly option to upgrade the sound of their keyboard switches for relatively cheap and give your keyboard a whole new sound, and not look, because it'd be covered up by the keycaps, but it'll make your keyboard feel like brand new. So that's it for this video. Make sure you check out the next one, and thanks for watching.